Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us again for our monthly Tech Trends Update. We continue to see increased volatility and weaker performance in the technology sector. The common question we get is if the technology sector is still a good investment, and the short answer is yes. Pullbacks are common, and it has created an opportunity to buy many of the technology names that we like and have in our monthly Top Picks report and our actively managed solutions product that invests in these names. The volatility continues to be driven partially by macro news, as job growth continues to disappoint in the US, and there are signs of consumer spending slowing. But the sell-off is also due to companies in the technology sector reporting earnings that were slightly below some of the high expectations as we entered earnings season with the market at all-time highs. We continue to use this as an opportunity to add to our favorite names in the tech sector for the AMS equity. We think investors with long-term horizons should use these sell-offs as an opportunity to buy high-quality companies in the technology sector, as we are only less than 2 years into the AI cycle. We continue with our long-standing overweight view of the technology sector in our market monitor, where we express our sub-asset class views. As an example, to illustrate what could be the upside for certain names, Itaú's sell-side research global head of technology, media, and telecommunications, Thiago Kapulskis, just put out a research report on Microsoft that was titled, "Is the Next Big AI Winner Right in Front of Our Eyes?" where he discusses a thought experiment where maybe Microsoft revenues could be 50% above the consensus estimates in a few years. This type of upside would be positive to earnings and the stock price. We will have to wait and see how the AI cycle progresses going forward from here. The big news this month in the tech sector was earnings from NVIDIA, where the company did beat estimates and gave guidance that was higher than consensus forecasts, but didn't beat what investors were expecting after all the capital spending announcements from their customers over the last few months. There was also uncertainty about the future path of margins, as their new Blackwell GPU is being launched, and initially will have lower margins as the volumes ramp. This should prove to be temporary, but investors would rather have more clarity on the path of margins. We also got this month earnings from Broadcom, which disappointed, and earnings from Oracle, which pleased the market. In parallel, Amazon's AWS CEO Matt Garman, who presented for the first time at an investor conference, discussed why they think the cloud business will continue to accelerate despite being a business that is already over $100 billion in revenue annually. Lastly, we just had Apple's Glow Time event, where they unveiled their new AirPods, Apple Watch, and new lineup of iPhones, which have more AI features embedded in the phone. Some of this was already discussed at Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference in June, so the market was probably disappointed that there wasn't any new incremental features to get investors excited about. Circling back to the question we get in periods of volatility, we still think the technology sector is a good investment. Besides the potential upside from artificial intelligence, the sector has companies with strong core businesses that have better revenue growth than the average company, better market positions that give them better margins in their businesses, and lastly, some of the best balance sheets. All of these factors make the sector a great place to invest in the long term. There are always periods of time when the sector gets extended and a correction brings evaluation levels back to a more reasonable level, which is usually a better time to add to investments. Looking ahead, Salesforce will have their Dreamforce Developers Conference on September 17th, where the company will go into more details regarding their Agentforce platform. Next, we will hear from Meta at their MetaConnect conference on September 25th, where the company will give an update on their AI strategy with a likelihood of new product announcements. Thanks again for joining us. We look forward to speaking to everyone again next month.